Assalamu alaikum. This is your computer science teacher, Sir Fawad Akhtar Ansari, and today I will explain you specimen scenario-based question which is of 15 marks. So this is the second question that I designed. So it is pretty simple that a programmer writes a calendar program for the 7 days, and the programmer store the number of days in the 1D array, and the programmer stores the dates in the 2D array. So you can read the scenario that a programmer writes a calendar program for 7 days, Monday till Sunday, and the 1D array contains the names of the days. 1D array contains the names of the days, and the 2D array contains the dates of the each day. So this is just this is a great, that is just for the understanding that how it should like this. This is just for the assumption or visualization. So what we have to do, basically we have to input a date. This is a question's requirement. Input the date, and then we have to validate the correct data type. For example, if I use an input decimal value by mistake, so it should validate the user with a meaningful prompt. Next, we also have to validate the input by giving a range check, that if the user input the date above 32 or 33 by mistake, then it should be displayed with a meaningful prompt. So these are the two validations. Third is is to terminate the program, like when you have when you have finished entering the number of dates, like if the month is of 30 days or if the month is of 31 days. So how do we terminate the program? By entering the rogue value. And what is the rogue value? It is the 0. And then we have to output the days names with the dates. So I hope you understood the question. Then now let's jump for the solution. Keep in mind there are many possible solutions. Following is one of them, and you may customize this solution as per your understanding. So this is a sample solution. So variable declaration, I declared 2D array, then I declared 1D array, then I declared other variables. So diff variable is used to make sure that the user must input correct data type, like decimal are not allowed. So that is why I use a diff variable. Further on, I will explain you when we jump to that portion of the code. Then I use terminate variable to terminate the program, and then I use raw and column to iterate the number of rows in column. Then I use raw output and column output to display the 1D and 2D array for the output. Next is initialization. You already know about the initialization. Now next is the iteration for the rows. So I take the number of rows from 0 to 4, right? And then inner loop comes for the column, and I use column 0 till 6. So you may check out the grade here. So how many columns? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 0 to 6, my index position start from the 0, and number of rows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are my number of rows. So now next thing is the repeat loop. Why do I use the repeat loop? I used to iterate the input and validate it. So I use the input to enter the date in the 2D array. Then it will be checked by the library routine. Diff basically is the library routine, and it will make sure that the correct data type is input. So it will make sure with this formula and the if statement. If user input by mistake wrong data type, then the user must be warned with a proper meaningful prompt. You can see. Then next validation is for the range check, that if the user input the numbers dates above 31, then we will display this message, and then we will take the user input. Next, for the rogue value, that if the user input the rogue values, then we will make our variable, which is a terminate, becomes true, and we will exit from the inner loop, which is the for loop. Then this condition will be closed, and then we will also close our repeat loop. then we will jump out from the outer loop as well. Now next is output. Alright, there's one more thing, that following code makes sure if the following condition becomes true, then it breaks the outer loop. So if this condition becomes true, then we will jump from the outer loop as well. Then next is a display. So for columns, I am displaying the columns. First of all, the column, because the names of the days must be displayed, so that is why I am taking the columns first. So the number of columns, names of the columns will be output. Then after the names, we will display the dates. So this is the dates, 0 till 4. So this is how our program will work. If and this is the end. Sample marking scheme has been given, so you may look through the sample marking scheme. This is just for the practice, that how it could appear 15 marks question. So I hope you understand the solution, and if you still do not understand, you may ask me on the WhatsApp, and I will definitely give you response as soon as I get free. And you may watch the video again if you still do not understand. And let's check the demonstration that I have made the program in the vb.net. Okay, let's suppose enter date 1 2 3 4 5. What if I input decimal? Then it gives a error. Now 6 7 8, and I input 45, it is not allowed. Then I input 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20, and let's go 25 26 27 28. Let's suppose I again do the mistake, it is not accepted. Now I input 29. Then let's suppose I input 45.6, or let's suppose 29.5. This should be the whole number. Now input I 30 and 31. Now to terminate, because there are 31 days, so I input 0 for the termination, and you can see that my calendar is displayed. Basically these are the random dates, these are not the actual dates, so just I input for the testing, so you can see it here. So now I hope that you understood the program, and if you do not understand the pseudo code, you may ask me again, or you may watch the video again. Thank you so much for watching the video. Allah Hafiz.